Kemp is a key accounts rep for Yampa Valley Electric Association. Her experience ranges from business owner to home builder, from energy auditor to green building instructor. She also serves on the YVSC board of
Hi, welcome. Is everyone doing okay on beer? It's fine with me if you get up and grab beer.
Call me out.
Okay. I was hired by YVEA in June to be a key accounts rep. My job is to be a support person for our large power users. So this is not my area of expertise, but I'm here tonight also as a board member of the Yampa Valley Sustainability Council. I thought it would be useful for everyone to hear just the facts about connecting to the co-op, to our line. So the first step, if you intend to put a solar array up and feed power back into YVEA and be connected to our distribution center system, is to check out the interconnection agreement. That is found on our website, and I brought a copy of one you can look at. We have size constraints. I like to know where this stuff comes from, so I did a little research just about the legislation that went into these sizes. In 2008, the House passed legislation that co-ops had to allow residential consumers to generate, and they set up to 10 kW for residential and 25 kW for commercial. Well, that has since changed. We have just raised that, so we allow a bigger size on your home or business. But what actually really rules is this 120% of average consumption. So that you cannot exceed, and that was passed in the House this year. So it's 120% of your average demand over the course of a year, not your average bill. So we look at the kilowatts that you've been consuming, not what you've been spending on your bills at YVEA. Does that make sense? So we do an annual true-up. So like Kevin said, you know, each month you'll see, and maybe you generated an excess that month, so you'll see a credit the next month. We're not going to pay you until a year has passed. And that is because of the seasonality of where we live. So you're likely going to use everything that you generated, even if you size it at 120%. But if you produce more, you have two choices. We can write you a check for that amount, or you can credit it to your account at YVEA, and that can be used against your consumer charges. You get to choose which rate you're going to be paid at. We have two different rates. One is rate 50, that's about 6.5 cents a kilowatt hour, and one is rate 52, which is 10 cents a kilowatt hour. Rate 50 is a lot less than rate 52. Does anyone know why? Not a lot less. Rate 50 is what we are legislated to pay you. It is our avoided cost of power purchase. Rate 52 is what the Solar Garden has right now, and that is, has anyone heard of what a REC is? It's a renewable energy credit. So at rate 52, you're signing over your renewable energy credit to YVEA. At rate 50, you're not. So we're paying you a little bit more for that renewable energy credit. Renewable energy credits are an attribute that comes with renewable power. They are used to meet our legislation, our renewable generation goals that we have set, and they're also traded. So it's similar to the carbon trading market. Renewable energy credits are traded. For co-ops and utilities who are not meeting them, we can sell them to them. And you can see here our current rates. So I was also asked to talk a little bit about what our how we're meeting our distributed generation, basically renewable energy requirements of the co-op. So I brought this. It's real brief, and It was done by Yampa Valley Data Partners for YVEA this spring. So the Senate passed a bill called Senate Bill 252, and it sets renewable generation benchmarks for utilities and electric co-ops. So our co-op has to meet 1% of our electricity sales by 2020. So currently we don't have anything that we have to do. By 2020 we have to get somewhere. These are what qualify: solar, wind, hydro, biomass, biogas. We have a 50-50 split between retail and wholesale. So retail is 0.5% and wholesale is 0.5%. They just added that we can back out our industrial sales out of that retail. I have another graphic slide that will help describe all of this. Yeah, the rest is okay. So Yampa Valley Data Partners projected what they think we were going to be using by 2020. Right now we're 550 gigawatts. So they think by 2020 we'll be using 590. So they took that's all the energy we sell are 27,000 meters. They took that and they took out large power. Can anyone think why they took out large power? So large power does this in terms of what we sell. So one year we're selling them a whole lot, and the next year we're not selling them very much. So the legislators decided to take that out so we had a consistent load to go off of. So that is our target by 2020. And now this is our wholesale target. So wholesale is, retail is anything behind the customer's meter. So we have to have that renewable generation behind our customers' meters, that much by 2020. Wholesale is anything that's bigger that we're generating that we're putting onto the grid. So here's where we are. This is where we need to be by 2020. Existing small solar, right now we have about that much. That's actually a low estimate. We have some wind on our grid. This is the solar garden. So today we're 146% over our target for 2020. And this is what we expect to come on in the future. So this is what where we're expecting to be by 2020. This is our wholesale piece. So, and I will state tonight if anyone has questions about this, because it's taken me 6 months to learn it. But so right now we buy our power wholesale from Xcel Energy, most of it. And Xcel has renewable generation in their power mix. So as part of our power purchase agreement from Xcel, part of that mix is from renewable. And so we count that as the renewable energy credits that I just spoke about. So this is how many we're getting, how many we have. So today, with those recs, we're 271% over target. I'm pleased to announce that we just assumed the Stagecoach Hydro. And so that is going to be a nice piece of our local renewable generation. And then this is projected. We don't have anything projected right now, but if we added 2 more microhydros, we'd be up to 469% by 2020. So this is what I think is going to happen with renewable with YVEA and is on the horizon. I expect we'll have a lot more distributed generation. So what that means is small-scale renewable power generation on our grid. That's going to change the way our co-op works, right? We've had a very traditional model of coal-fired power plant giving us power and us passing that power onto our members through a distribution system that we maintain. And then that was, a real kind of simple model. But if we have power generators all over our grid, that's going to change the way that we do business. So we're doing cost of service study this summer, and I think we can expect a cost structure adjustment for grid access. So that if you are generating all of your own power, but you have the distribution system as your insurance policy, that you're paying your fair share of that access. And so that our co-op, which is a distribution system, still works. Because that's what we want, right? We want it to be there if we need it. I think that we can expect more large-scale solar projects coming on. And storage technologies, absolutely, to offset our peak power purchase. Because we purchase power from Excel, and when we purchase peak power, it's expensive. And if we can bring those margins down, then we can bring the cost of power down. And then I'm just going to meet this one head on. I've been asked, why is YVEA not offering an incentive for solar? Other co-ops do, other utilities do. So our members really haven't said that that's what they want to pay for. So I'll use Holy Cross as an example. Their members pay 2% on every single bill, all across the membership, 50,000 members. That only goes to renewable energy and energy efficiency programs. They get $2 million a year just for that. That's not something our membership has said that they want to do. So, you know, I think that it's important to know that YVEA has 18,000 members over a 7,000 square mile territory. That includes a really vast group that have very different values and needs and wants. So our job as a co-op is to provide power reliably and efficiently to that entire group. And I'm happy to stay and talk more about that. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.